Namaste. Let us practice the meditation. This is as much my favorite as any yoga practice. And yoga is really about training your body so that you can spend more time in a still position, so that you can find peace and silence and forget about your body. Your body has to be strong to be able to sit still for a long time. So we practice yoga to help our joints be strong and balanced, that we can then exercise our mind to attain the balance between a healthy body and a healthy mind. So meditation to me is just as important as weightlifting or as yoga or as the food you eat, because it is the spiritual side of everyday life that you can either choose to pray or meditate. Either one makes me happy, but in praying, very often we're talking about our needs and our worries and our concerns about, can you help me with this, please, dear Lord, and can you please send light and love to this situation. In meditation, you're really practicing getting your mind to be silent, finding the gap between all of the noise and all of the confusion. It's very hard for some people. It's not a simple thing to do, to just sit down and all of a sudden meditate for 30 minutes, much less an hour or anything else. So to start out, you can meditate for just 5 minutes. Meditate for 2 minutes. You know, set a timer, let it go ding. When it's done, pat yourself on the back. I did it, 2 whole minutes. But it's hard to get your mind to be silent. Sometimes it takes a while just to get your mind silent. These are the reasons why we focus on using a mantra or using your breath. You count your breaths. And then there's also the practice of doing other breathing techniques to help bring the mind together and balance the halves. So let's find ourselves into a nice position. Do not feel that meditation has anything at all to do with how you're sitting. If you're sitting cross-legged, if you're sitting in a chair, if you're lying on the bed, whatever. I find that if I lay down, I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm a busy girl. So I don't usually lay down, but I do meditate as I go to sleep sometimes. So at that point, when my mind is in a silent state, I let it drift on off into sleep. But for my meditation during the day, I do sit up, and I recommend it if you think you might fall asleep. But find whatever position is comfortable for you. If you need to have something behind your back, then do that. There aren't prerequisites for you in how you need to practice your meditation. So take a nice deep breath and a nice slow exhale. A nice inhale, feeling all of your body from the base all the way up. Exhale all the way down, just like a vessel. We sit with our hands open because if you inhale and your palms are down, it moves this little bone down across the top of your lungs just a little bit. If your palms are up, your thumbs out, it rolls that little bit of bone up just enough to let your air capacity increase. So that's part of why you leave your hands open. The other part is because you want to be able to receive. This is a receiving state. This is not a giving state. This is, I'm here, just being, just receiving. My doggy's fluffy butt. Isn't that cute? Anyway, sorry. She's so pretty. Take a nice inhale and an exhale. Let your shoulders relax. Let your elbows relax. Let your hands just rest gently. No tension in your arms. Now let your mind travel slowly down the back of your head, down your jaw, down your neck, across your upper body, those shoulder blades, down your spine. Make sure you're sitting in a perfectly balanced position. Your head over your heart, over your hips. If you are perfectly in alignment, your body is at a perfect state of rest. We're going to practice counting our breaths, which means we will inhale to the count of 3 and exhale to the count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Do this silently now. Let your mind only focus on your breath. Focus only on the inhale and the exhale. If you have thoughts come into your head, envision them as if they were clouds. Clouds floating across a perfectly blue sky. And visualize blowing them away. Those thoughts can be dealt with in a little while. Give yourself this time. There's never going to be a moment when you are perfectly alone, perfectly silent. I can hear crickets in the trees and my dog and whatever else, the cars, but I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on the silence within my head. The silence, the bliss, deep, deep inside my heart. give you about 5 minutes here to practice your own silence, and then I will awaken you and call you back. Let your mind travel into wherever it wishes. Deep inside your third eye, your mind creates swirling colors, forms. You may see pictures or images. Try not to think about what they are or to analyze them, to justify them. Just see them. You can think about them again later. It's time to come back. My babies want me to stop meditating now. So I have both dogs now laying on me. They were very good. Yes, they were. Yes, you were very good, weren't you? Ow! You're standing on me. Come on. Girls. Sorry. You're a good girl. Yes, you are.